Hey everybody, Matumbo here. Welcome back to the channel, and today we are playing some more Historic here on Magic Arena. And today we have a deck that looks like it's going to be so much fun to play, tinkering around with the different cards here. Just kind of them having them all fall together, I felt like is just going to be, it's just going to make for a lot of fun. I tried to start off with a deck that I used to play in Old Standard, and it just kind of went from there. So, but real quick though, before we hop into today's deck, as always, if you enjoy the video and the channel, please hit that subscribe button, the like button, check out all the cool links down in the description below, the Discord, the Patreon, and the Twitch link. And as always, let me know in the comments down below what you want to see in an upcoming video. We will do what we can to make that deck for you. And I'd love to hear all about what Kaladesh builds you are working on or would like to see in the future. So let me know. So with that being said, let's hop right into today's deck, and we are calling it Artificer's Expertise. So this deck, again, is full of different artificers. So artificers are usually a type of person that is, well equipped in the art of the artifact, whether or not they're creating them or they're, exploring them or tinkering with them or learning from them, just basically having a career built around the artifact, so to speak. That's not necessarily a true definition of it, but in Magic lore, that's what we're going with. And so we're putting together this Jeskai list. What this started off with is we used to play a deck, like I said, a long time ago in Kaladesh, when Kaladesh was legal, that was centered around the Maverick Thopterist. It used all kinds of different improvised cards in order to just power out, really cheap creatures really quickly and efficiently, and would just overrun your opponent. There are just different ways that we could put stuff into play. And as we were building it, I just kept stumbling on these different cards. So it just kind of came together. So we're gonna try this deck out. We're gonna see how it's gonna fare. So let's really look at let's look at the artificers first. Obviously, first off, we have Maverick Thopterist. He's a 5-mana 2/2 with Improvise. Again, Improvise is an ability that says instead of paying mana for this, you can tap an artifact to pay one colorless mana. So every artifact you tap is going to take one colorless mana off. So potentially this would only cost 2 mana if you could tap 3 other artifacts. So that's how we could do that. So we also have, in the form of an artificer, we have Master Trinketeer, 3 mana 1/4. Whenever you cast an artifact spell, we get to create a 1/1 colorless thopter token with flying. And then we could potentially sacrifice different artifacts. 2 artifacts for 2 mana to draw a card. So hopefully not to run out of cards. And then we also have 3 copies of Master Trinketeer. So Master Trinketeer is a 3 mana 3/2. Servos and thopters you control get +1/+1. And on top of it, for 4 mana, we can create a 1/1 colorless servo artifact token. So as you see here, those are our main artificers, and our deck is very centered around artifacts. We also decided to fit in a couple of Inventor's Goggles. This was a card I actually used to play 4 of when I played my just straight Izzet deck a long time ago with Maverick Thopterist. So Inventor's Goggles, it's a 1 mana equipment. Equipped creature gets +1/+2. It does cost 2 to equip, but whenever an artificer enters the battlefield under your control, you can just attach this to it for free. So, and what's really good about these as well is even if these are equipped onto a creature, you can tap these for the improvised cost of Maverick Thopterist per se. So it doesn't, and you can still equip, you don't have to tap to equip. So it's just something a lot of people don't realize, at least some of the old school players. You have this thing in your mind that says, okay, I have to pay 2 and tap it, or things that are tapped don't necessarily work, because it used to work that way with artifacts. A tapped artifact would shut off. So some people don't realize that that's not really how it works nowadays. But let's just take a look. Let's look at all the rest of the cards in this list. So we have 3 copies of Hope Aggressiveness. I feel like this is actually one of the stronger cards in this deck. There's a lot of decks that I feel like we're going to have a problem beating. So in order to play this 1/1 for 1 flying creature, it is legendary, but if we could sacrifice it if we deal damage to our opponent, and then they can't play non-creature spells the following turn. So a lot of the decks we can't beat are going to be, you know, we could play this on turn 1, and then we could sack this the turn that they're going to be potentially Wrath of Godding or something along those lines. That way they're not actually able to wipe our board. Or if we think they're playing a combo piece, like that key turn that we think they're about to go off, this would be good if we can attack. It gets through, and then we could sacrifice it, and then they have to just sit there and kind of durdle. Maybe they can only play creatures at that point. So we have 4 copies of Cogworker's Puzzle Knot. It comes into play, creates a 1/1, and then we could sacrifice it to make a 1/1. We also have 2 copies of servo schematic. This is almost the same thing. This comes into play, we get a 1/1, and then if it goes to the graveyard from the battlefield, we get to create a 1/1. And then we have 4 copies of Servo Exhibition. It's a 2-mana sorcery, create 2 servos. We have 4 copies of Tempered Steel. So this is going to be one of the great ways that we could just end the game. 3-mana enchantment. Artifact creature you control get +2/+2. So this is one of the anthologies, so you are going to have to craft this. You can't open it. But again, this card's really powerful. We're going to be pumping out so many artifact creatures. They're just going to get massive. Or not necessarily massive, but they're going to be 3/3s, and they're going to be a lot of them. We have 3 copies of Saheeli, kind of the same thing. Whenever we cast a non-creature spell, we're going to create a 1/1 colorless servo token. And then if we need to, we can -2 to get an extra attacks, because we could turn like the servo schematic into a creature. And we can just do different things. Not necessarily that specific, but whatever. We also have 3 copies of Shram's Expertise. This card is huge in this deck. So it's a 4-mana sorcery, create 3 1/1 servos, but then on top of that, you can play a spell in your hand with converted mana cost 3 or less for free. So on turn 4, we could potentially play this, and then we could play Tempered Steel on top of that for free. So at that point, we're paying 4 mana for 3 3/3s. That's 9 power for 4 mana. Or if we don't have Tempered Steel, we have Master Trinketeer. It's almost the same thing. We get all of our 1/1s become 2/2s. So again, still really good. There's just so much we could do there. And then last but not least, we have 2 copies of Forsaken Monument. This is almost the same thing as Tempered Steel, except for it costs 2 extra mana. It is legendary, but again, we're just trying to power out giant creatures and a lot of them as quickly as possible. So that is the deck. We are wrapping it up with 24 lands, no basics, but we have a ton of good mana fixing. We do have 4 of the Spire of Industry reprinted in Kaladesh. It does pay life to tap for any mana, and we do have to have an artifact in play, but we're going to have so many artifacts, not really going to matter. And we really only need this for some white mana fixing for the expertises and the Tempered Steels. So yeah, so let's hop right into the gameplay, and we will see you all at the wrap-up. All right, well, let's play some Jeskai tokens. We're going to do this. Pretty stoked about this. This deck should be a lot of fun. Based on how I think some of these interactions are going to work. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. We just need... What do we need? We need an opponent. Get in here. There we go. There we go. 7 Hitman. Uh-oh. We gotta send Hitman to come get us. I don't like the sound of that. Well, this is not a great hand. So we can do this, do this. Really need to draw some land here. So this was not a horrible pickup because we'll be able to... I'd be bad. So how is Blue-White Mill? How are we going to fare against Blue-White Mill? This is going to be an interesting matchup. Yep. So they have access to a blocker. And we're definitely going to equip. Absolutely. No attacks. I always think this guy has flying for some reason. He just looks like he's flying. Yep. Alright, this is going to be a lot of cards. We need to hit a land in the next 2 draws. No, we're going to decline. We're going to attack. Really have to hope that they don't have a Wrath. They're tutelage. So again, we need a land bad. I think if we hit a land, we win here. I mean, I don't think. I mean, I know if we hit a land, we win. It's like, deck, just give us the card. Give us the card we have the most of in our deck, right? Ruin Crab. Oh, come on, deck. Oh. No.
Together, we'll create great things, you and I. I like to think fast.
Well, we're getting in. Yeah, it's lethal. Ooh, yeah. So being able to turn our... Oh, man, that's so sick. Being able to turn our servo artifact into an actual servo. Get in for lethal. Oh, man. We didn't hit a land to Forsaken Monument, but that was still a great outcome. So, good game, good game. All right, well, we are going into game 2 after that. That was a great game. Great first game. Everybody hydrate with me. Hydrate. I'm so excited. I feel energized. You know, I took the weekend off of Magic. Diablo 3 put out a new season. I know some people like Diablo, some people don't like Diablo, but I was actually pretty stoked about it. I'm getting to play with some friends that I haven't played some games with in a while, that I know used to be into Diablo, and it's pretty fun to be able to do that. So, all right, well, we're definitely going to keep this. It's a little unfortunate that... I'd rather play this on turn 2. So now we definitely need to draw a land here. If we draw a land, I think we're off to the races. But what is this? What is this deck? A white? Is it white or is it white blue? Could be mono white control. Oh, we still have the Hydrate on. What are we doing? Oh, it's the hammer deck. Okay, well, we unfortunately did not draw. All right, well, we left the Hydrate thing on. I was too busy telling you about how much fun I've been having playing Diablo 3. If anybody plays Diablo 3 and wants to play with us, join the Discord. And then let me know. Yeah, set of trample. Nope. Pretty sure we're going to be dead here anyway. Now, you know what? I want to get in a little bit of damage here. So if he has a fling in his hand, we lose to the Charger's ability. Back up to 20. I'd like to draw land so I could expertise into Thopter. That was a good card to get rid of, my friend, because that was about to get, we were going to use that next turn. So we did not draw. I think this is better in the long run. We forced through the same amount of damage this turn by doing that. Because if we would have played this, we would only force through... No, I guess we would have forced through a little bit extra. I mean, it's only a matter of time until he draws the sacrifice card. Land right now is our best draw. Like I said, land right now is our best draw. Alright, so we are going to attack for 4 again, actually. Want to attack with the flyers. I don't use the flyers as a chump blocker. So they could just have like double removal. Again, we're just gonna block. Really just want to draw a freaking land, right? Oh, that's good news. We don't care about this. They basically, we just time walked them based. Oh, well. They're at 15. I'm just pointing out that we have lethal. So this turns into 15 damage and we get there. Good game. Exactly. So actually, Tempered Steel was our best draw, not a land. Tempered Steel was our best draw. We were so set on casting Shram's expertise into Master Tinkerer, we just forgot Tempered Steel was a thing in our deck. So, ooh, good game. Good game. All right, so like I mentioned last game, if you want to play Diablo 3 the season, hop into Discord, hop into the Diablo 3 channel, let me know, and we'll play some. Can't remember if I got that thought out during the last game. So let's see. Vendor's Goggles. Edition. Okay, this isn't the cleanest draw. Green-white. Alright, well. What is this? Interesting. Okay. Well, we got 2 of these in the deck and we drew them both. Are we going to see a Nissa here? Oh, this is a Scoot Swarm deck. Okay. We're not blocking. So return a land, play a land, get a insect. Seems pretty good. I think we're just going to start the beats. Getting in. They could hit us back for 3, put us at 13. Yeah, this is going to be a problem here very quickly. So when this dies, they get to return all the lands. 1 for now. All right, so I think we might just go in with this Hope-a-Gearper. We attack, block, block. Get back this. Puts them up to 5 land, potentially 6. I can't risk it right now. If they want to bounce a land, that's fine. They're still at 4 land. Okay, another World Shaper. It sucks that we're gonna have to eat the damage from this World Shaper. Oh, I'd be swinging all day with that. What are you doing? Are you crazy? They do have a blocker in the Grazer, so we do have to be mindful of that. Do have to be mindful of the Grazer. I'm assuming they're going to bounce... Oh, they didn't bounce a land. And I can't let them have both of these triggers, because if they go into full control, what they could do is they could allow one to hit and then get back the, you know, get back this and then use it and then use the trigger again, get the other one. So I'm just gonna hover over Bajuka Bog like I don't know what it is and that it affected me, even though we know it didn't. Okay. They got to play an extra land because of the Grazer. Yeah, no blocks. Like, what do you do? We're gonna lose this. Yeah, we should have done that before we attacked. Oh. Now they have all of the lands. Now it doesn't even matter. Okay, well, I don't know why they tapped World Shaper. I don't know what our... I don't even know what we want. We want to tap these artifacts because they don't actually do anything. These don't require, you know, tapping or untapping or anything crazy, so... We're not going to equip the Thopterist. God, these grazers suck. Yep. Alright, so they're going to bounce a land. I mean, if we don't... Oh, that thing has... Oh my god, we just lose from here. If they literally did not draw this, we would have won. It had to have had reach, right? I'm just gonna hover over cards. Maybe they crash the game and it's a draw. Oh, all the shenanigans. All the shenanigans. I feel like we were actually in this game for a little bit, and then we got flooded. It just takes so long. So we're gonna have some fun. Oh yeah, we're gonna have some fun here. Doesn't have trample, right? I'm not gonna block any of the servos. let's see what happens, right? This is gonna be amazing. Have at it. Have at it. Enjoy all of your scoot swarms. I legitimately think the game's gonna crash here. Oh, and we're just sitting here waiting for things to happen. Oh, nice. There's literally nothing happening right now. Just have a feeling that we're about to have to. Oh, there we go. Here we go. Here we go. What's it going up to? What? How many lands came into play? 5. So we're about to put like 500 and something of these things into play. It's still going. Why are you counting down on me like it's my responsibility to do anything? Oh my god, that's so many. I have nothing to do. Yes, I could sack this, but here we go. I made a token. He just put 1,000 of those into play. Oh my gosh. I dare you to activate that Root Grazer. I dare you to activate that Root Grazer and put that Plains into play. Oh man, there are so many. So many. Maybe my one activation of the Puzzle Knot put the game just right over the tipping edge. That tipping point is just... It was there. I got nothing. Not on me anymore, game. Not on me anymore. It's literally not on me. We're gonna have to fast forward this. You cue up the Benny Hill music. Oh yeah. Now who's it on? Maybe it's going to time him. It's going to time him out this time. So the easy fix for this, well, I say easy, but the fix for this is to just put a maximum number of tokens that you can have on the board. Magic Online actually does this. I think it's like 300-ish. But that's the fix for Arena. Obviously, they want Arena to be playable like this, so there should just be a max number of tokens. That way you don't have to worry about all of the bugginess and like waiting for things to resolve. The game can't handle this many entities on the board at one time. So there just needs to be like a hard cap of like 250, 300. Maybe not even that many. Yeah, you get to do fun shenanigans, but at what cost? At what cost? All right. Well, we're gonna possibly fast forward if we need to, from here on out. So we're gonna awkwardly sit here in silence. All right. Let's see if we can interact with our Lotus while this is going on. Oh yeah, we can. Okay. That's essentially what our opponent just did to us. They just... And just think, all of this could have been avoided if we chose not to block the World Shaper. But we're going to lose anyway. So let's see what happens. This is so crazy. I don't even think there's a draw that potentially gets us out of this. Let's say all this resolves. We actually get a draw. These are all going to come into play untapped. No. Saheeli. Saheeli actually wins us the game if we draw it. So, while we're waiting, what Saheeli does is Saheeli, we could copy one of our other Thopters, and then we'd have an extra flyer. So he has 2 creatures with reach in play. And then we would have 4 flyers at that point, and he'd be able to block the 5 and a 3, and then he would take exactly lethal. So, hypothetically, we were still in this game, but now we wait. Now we wait. Yeah, I don't know what happens here. Oh, there we go. Draw. Oh, we did it. We won the game by drawing the game. So that's on our opponent. That's on our opponent. Awesome. Good game. Oh man, yeah, they just should not have attacked with that World Shaper. They were going to win the game anyway. Just trying to think if they should have done anything differently besides attack with that. I think they had to do that. Maybe, you know what it was though, is they didn't expect to mill 3 lands. And by milling those 3 lands, it actually just put them over over that boiling point. So let's get an opponent. Let's get an opponent. The Lost Halo. I feel like I played this person the other day. Maybe on Friday or... I think we're going to keep... This is an okay draw. We don't have a 1-drop. It's... Obviously, we want to have 1-drops. Oh, we're playing against energy, really? Nobody likes an energy deck. Oh, Ogari. No, Sultai energy. Okay. Enjoy our hand. Probably get rid of an expertise, right? If you're going to get rid of either one of the artifacts, you want to get rid of the puzzle knot, I feel. Why do they always have Thoughtseize? All right, well, we drew the 4th land. They don't know about the clifftop retreat. Interesting draw there. Let's not play. I do wish they would not have taken the Thopterist. It's unfortunate. I haven't done a 15 already, though. I mean, I just gotta push the damage through, right? Just hope they don't have a, like a Ritual of Soot or something. We're gonna attack first. Okay, well, let's just do it to it. We've played our hand. This deck. What is this deck? This deck is sweet. This deck is sweet. All right, on to the next game. All right. All right, this deck. Let's keep up this streak. We haven't lost yet. We haven't won all of our games, but we have not lost yet. That's what is important. So... Theopolist. We have definitely played Theopolist. That is a name I most certainly recognize. A proliferate deck? What are you playing? I think maybe I should have gotten in an extra point of damage. Maybe. We will this time.
Do I have your attention now?
Oh, it's a Magistrate Scepter deck. What? Oh my gosh, we have to... Oh, we just got to Fate of Wrath, right? I don't feel like we're going to, but that's what we got. Oh, yes! Yes! Got a Fate of Wrath, and we did. Oh, that is so good. And it's actually lucky that we didn't do that on that turn. That first turn with Saheeli. That way we actually were able to do that. Oh, Saheeli is so good. So good. I got you. Wow, that was like a... That was a super aggressive draw. The only thing missing from that draw, I feel like, was just a really good one-drop. Like a really good one-drop. Now we go first. This is an awkward hand. We're gonna mulligan. We're gonna get rid of the Sai. Just don't have a lot of artifacts that we're gonna be casting. But we have to cast the servo first because we don't have white mana because we don't have an artifact. We are playing against energy. We are playing against energy. They're already at Marvel mana. Or not mana, energy. Oh, they're putting out the blocks. I think it's just important to start pushing the damage in. So if these live, so they can play the Marvel this turn, the next turn sacrifice the Puzzle Knot to get the energy and then activate, and then potentially hit something that just wins them the game, like an Ulamog. Karn. Karn's not bad. They probably get the Marvel here, right? Oh, maybe not. I don't know. What do they get here? We still get to attack. Another Puzzle Knot? I don't think we care about that. We're just going in. I feel like they have to block here. Really? Costs 3 to activate, right?
You will not threaten this world.
What can they get? Okay. So you're not going to be able to marvel. You can't do all the things you want to do. And you can only go up to 7. Yep. Ooh. That was great. Definitely should have gotten the marvel first. But, yeah. Just worked out that way. Game. Oh, man. That matchup could have went a lot better had they actually had the marvel in their hand and not having to actually go get it with Karn. Our matchmaking today has been really slow. Some days it's like instantaneous. Some days it's just like super slow. Opponent goes first. Well, not the best draw, but we're going to keep this. Another energy deck? Maybe it's just mono green? Don't worry, we're not doing anything crazy next turn. I wish we were, but we're not. I wish we were, but we're not. I don't think we sacked this. I'm a little more worried about Anissa. Well, does that change anything? Sack that Mind Stone. Please sack it. Oh, yes. That works out a lot better for us because we were going to sack the Hope of Girper there. And now we don't have to because we're not seeing Anissa right now. Because I was really afraid that we were going to see Anissa this turn.
If I don't have a plan, don't worry. I'll think of something.
So we get to kill Teferi? Oh, no, we actually don't. Oh, yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. What am I thinking?
Think fast. Time's up.
That might have been a debate, but what are you going to do, right? What's the right play here? I think the right play is just to make a token with the Trinketeer. Make a token. Trinketeer. Sure. We don't get to sack the Hope of Giriper anymore. But I'm fine with that. This is an energy deck, okay. Well, that's a card we did not want to draw. Oh.
There are greater battles to fight.
So if we sack the Hope here, they play, yeah. Well, now they can only play creatures. Okay. So, I gotta go deep into thought here. This doesn't do anything, it's legendary. The only thing this would do... That's for 2 mana, though. Good news is we get to, yeah, they can bounce that, but if they bounce it, I'm pretty sure we win. So I'm not gonna do anything. I'm gonna activate the Trinketeer. We have 4 mana because of the, but they might be able to Aetherworks Marvel here. Oh, you know what? They only have 5 energy. If they have an Attune with Ether, they have 7. That's fine. Karn again. Karn's not going to do anything. Oh, look at you. Look at you. Maybe chump blocking, huh? That was probably the best draw in our deck. Block. Yep, this gives us 100% lethal. Oh, we can't because of that. God bless. Our fault. Yep, that's one way to get around that. Yeah, I mean, they have to chump block and go to 1. Yeah, let's just make some more 5/5s. All right, you have access to a 7-mana artifact. I don't think there's a 7-mana artifact that gets you out of this. Meteor Golem is fine. Good game. Good game. Ooh, Axter. Great game. Great game, my friend. All right, guys, we crushed it. We did so good with this deck. 2 things of note. We did not win all of our games, but also at the same time, we did not lose all of our games. So, yeah, that's great. So we went 6-0-1. We had a draw against that crazy Scoot Swarm deck. And again, though, we could have prevented that from happening. They could have prevented it from happening if they would have not have attacked with their, World Shaper. And on top of it, we did have an out to a Saheeli to give us a potential extra flyer that turn by copying one of our other flyers. But, we don't know if it was going to happen because Arena doesn't have a way like Magic Online does to actually draw a card after the game's over to see what the top card of your deck would have been. That would be a cool feature if they would add that to at least go in and see like the top, 1 to 3 cards. And that's a cool thing, again, that Magic Online does. When the game's over, you just hit draw card, draw card, draw card, and you can just see what you would have drawn. So, yeah, I really enjoy this deck. I feel like every card really came into play at some point. If I had to say the weakest card in this deck, and I know this is a really small sample size, but I think Sai might have been the weakest part of this deck. But I do understand why Sai is in this deck. Sai, again, helps make Thopters. Thopters are going to be more important than some of our other cards because of the fact that, they do make flyers. But at the same time, at the same time, we can actually sacrifice our artifacts that we're making to draw cards. He's one of the ways that we can put the servo schematic in the deck. But yeah, so maybe just having 2 of is just the ideal number. It's not a card that we want to rely on a lot. Maybe the Inventor's Goggles might be the best, not the best, but the worst card in the deck. Or maybe it's the Hope of Aggressiveness. But I feel like everything in this deck, just the numbers that we have here, they work. Obviously, the only way to be able to tell that would be if we went in and played, maybe like 30 or 40 more games, then we can get a better understanding of what we're drawing. But again, that's not how we do here. That's not how we do things on this channel. We play decks because they're fun and we enjoy them, and we're like, okay, well, that worked, so that must be how it is. But that's not always true. So you definitely want to do play testing, especially if you're trying to be competitive, and if you're trying to build a deck that you want to be playing for a long time. So this deck is relatively inexpensive. Yes, again, you can't count all of these rares. These 24 rare lands. Again, ideally, if you're playing historic, you're gonna have all the lands you need. So this is 24. This is 40% of your deck that you need rare wildcards for. So we only have 2 mythics, which is good. That's kind of budget-ish, only having 2 mythics. And then when it comes down to rares, we have 3, 6, 10, 12, 15 rares on top of that. Hope of Aggressiveness is probably a card you don't necessarily need to play if you're trying to build this. But I do feel like it does give the deck just a slight advantage because it is a flyer. It's a 1/1 for 1. It does have an ability that you can use. But at the same time, again, there's a lot of commons and uncommons in this deck. So, even cards like Master Trinketeer are uncommon. So this would be a relatively easy deck to build if you were willing to substitute some cards. Like you could actually substitute Forsaken Monuments for maybe the improvised counterspell, the metallic rebuke, I think it is. Because this is a 5-drop. This actually lowers the curve. And then at that point, you could consider just playing a little bit of control at that point. But yeah, that's the deck. I think it did great. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Let me know you made it to the end of the video. And as always, if you enjoyed it, check out the links down in the description below. Please hit the subscribe button, the like button, the bell icon to be notified of when we put our videos out. And as always, just enjoy. Please stay safe. We will see you next time. Remember, this channel would not exist without such amazing viewers and subscribers. Thank you so much for interacting with the channel and helping grow the community. And a very big special thank you to the Patreons listed here for supporting the channel.